Now, welcome back to a new video, a bit more different than the other ones. This is more like just a document I'm going to run over when it comes to how to book more meetings in a very simple way. It's very simplified the way I'm going to cover it now, but you will get the basic understanding and you can implement all this for your own copywriting and outreach methods, etc. Right? And this is exactly the same process we use for our offer, and it's proven to work. So if you ask me, I will say it's 3 options to get more meetings. And the first one is outreach, content to get inbound leads, and referrals. Of course, there are some more, but I feel like these are the 3 most essential ones. So what do we want to leverage? We want to leverage case studies, ABSL, setters, content, and your network, right? I'm not going to cover this very briefly now, as I said, in a simple way. But yeah, so at the end of the day, biggest volume will win, right? Especially nowadays when we have AI, we have all these automations, we have a bunch of people offering free setters like VAs, right? And if you're sitting alone at your desk doing all your outreach by yourself as a one-man business owner, all manual, you will fall behind eventually, right? So to do big volume is very, very important, and it's also quite easy nowadays. So as I just said, to succeed, you need to do high volume outreach. Don't stick to one platform or one way of doing your outreach. Like, don't only rely on emails or only rely on cold calling, DMs, SMS, or VAs, right? You want to leverage pretty much all of them if possible, right? So now I'm going to cover the very as you can see, very briefly for each one of these, but it's also very direct. And you can pretty much choose what you prefer out of these and pick at least 3 of them. That's what I would recommend. So emails, very, very easy to do high volume. You can put it into a tool like Instantly or Smartly, and you buy a few domains, you get a few email accounts, and you can easily send out thousands of emails without doing much work. But something that's not easy with this is to reach 100% your ICP and to qualify the prospect, right? ICP, by the way, stands for Ideal Client Profile. So, right? But the way you can do this, and the hard thing about emails, and to get not only get good response, but also get responses from people that you actually can help, right? There's no point in getting good responses from an IT consultant if you're specialist at helping agencies, for example, right? So to get emails leverage and do high volume and get insane results, you need to have a good lead list. So when it comes to emails, to provide your automation tool and to implement a good lead list is very, very essential and crucial, but it can be pretty hard, right? Especially now when people are using, if you think about it, almost everyone are using Apollo or Crunchbase or some guy on Fiverr or Upwork, right? And when you reach out to this prospect, the chances of them have been offered the exact same service that you're providing is very high. So most of the time they'll just maybe open it, maybe reply with not interested, remove it from your list or something negative, right? So to get a good lead list with prospects and people, businesses that hasn't been reached out to too many times is very, very important and crucial, but it can be very difficult as well. So that's some pros and cons with emails. Easy to do high volume, hard to target and get a good lead list. So cold calling. Personally, I still think cold calling is one of the best outreach methods out there if you're a good caller, right? That's something you can, of course, train yourself to become better at, of course, like everything else, but it can be extremely difficult, right? Well, let's say you are good at cold calling, or you get a VA, for example, to do cold calling for you. It's extremely easy to qualify a prospect and reach your ICP because you literally just call people that you can, you only call people that you think can help, right? You get a list, you get a phone number, you look some very, very quick research. You see, okay, it's an IT consultant. I help IT consultants. Good fit, right? But it's extremely hard to do high volume, right? Because you can't automate cold calling, right? So you gotta pick up the phone, dial the number. So it's very time consuming, but if you're good at it, I would actually say that this is one of the best ones still. And then we have DMs, same as emails pretty much, but even more as SMS. These two are just the same, I would say, like pretty much. Maybe SMS is a bit better converting because not many people are using it, but it's the same like structure. It can be said like easy to do high volume, but hard to target your ICP. But it's easier to qualify the prospect compared to emails, right? The reason why it's easier is logical, because it's so much easier to reply on a DM because you have it on your phone, in your hands. Same with SMS. Everyone sees an SMS. Almost everyone sees an DM, right? So it's extremely easy to message back and forth quickly and get a response and don't lose a warm lead to be called because it takes time to respond like it usually does in emails, right? But if you're available all the time on emails, you have the possibility to reply quick on emails. It will also be easier to qualify prospect on emails, right? But most of the time, it's a lot easier to qualify prospect on DMs and on SMS. So, how to leverage case studies, VSL, setter, content, and your network. So, very quickly said, implement case studies in your outreach. If you don't have case studies, it can be a bit more difficult. But if you have case studies, as most people now have, I would like guess. But if you don't, you gotta still work hard on the outreach. You gotta still do the work. You gotta get your first client, get case study. You can even use your own case study that you have for your own business. Let's say you're a content creator, you do content for your own business and it's working. You can use that as a case study, right? So you can also offer your service for free for a few clients to get the case study, because when you have case study, the script and the outreach will become a lot better, higher converting, and so on, right? So let's look at an example that we have used personally for ourselves. So, hi Nate, I have a weird skill that means I can level up anyone's client acquisition. We recently helped a B2B agency close 2 deals in 2 weeks worth $20K with our $50K a month plug and play infrastructure. If you're at all curious, let me know. If not, tell them to take a hike, finger crossed, right? So with this one, you can even remove this and maybe even change the CTA, the call to action. But as you can see, regardless of not having this or not, it's still a pretty short script. This one you can use for both emails, DMs on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever, right? But I would actually, this one would work best on DMs, right? Direct message, not as good on emails. It may be good, yes, but with emails, we tend to put in a bit more personalization approach in the first line, like you compliment them on something. You tell more like specifically this niche. Yes, we did say B2B agency, but that can be a pretty like broad niche, right? So to be more specific, it's probably better when you do emails. But this is a script that we have seen been working great on, especially LinkedIn and on Twitter, right? So moving on to a VSL, a video sales letter. So instead of sending the traditional message like the one you saw above, you can try sending over a VSL, or like a video sales letter, as you just said. So this can be done as literally as the first message, the first approach. It's just a quick video, or it can be a quick voicemail. A voicemail is not a VSL, I know, but like to just be different, you can send over a voicemail. Like you can ask for like, is it okay if I send over a quick video about how we can scale your business in X time frame and add an additional X amount of dollars in whenever time or like what offer is basically, right? So that's a really good tool, but it can be time consuming. Like if you were to ask someone if you can send over a personalized video to them covering how you can help their business scale with your offer, you would need to literally just go on their page, on like their social media, on their website, or something that makes it personal, so they can see that you're actually sending this video just to them, and you mention their first name, you mention their business name, you compliment them with something like they just something they just accomplished, like from looking at their blog and their news or something. But as I said, this can be very time consuming. If you get good response, you would have to record a bunch of VSLs for each and every prospect, right? But you could also record a brief video covering what you do and for what niche, and leverage case study, right? This is more like the common VSL. This is most like what VSL is. You record a brief video about what your business does for what niche and what your offer is, and leverage case studies. And of course, at the end of the video, you have a CTA, call to action, right? So this is something that works very well, and it's also something you can implement on your website, right? It doesn't have to be used as outreach. It can literally be implemented on your website as well, to convert from website. So moving to Setter. Implement Setter. There's pros and cons, as with everything, of course, but with Setters, there's two very clear benefits and clear like doubts, bad things, right? So it's very beneficial if you have a pool of good setters, right? But can be hard to find good setters. It can be extremely hard. So personally, we now have a partnership where we get certified setters from like the collaboration we have. And this is of course a dream situation for us. But in the beginning, we would literally have to either reach out to people ourselves that we knew were setters, or we would offer to teach someone how to do cold outreach. We would message people in Facebook groups and all this, right? But then you're not like 100% sure that this guy is actually good at what he does. And most of the time, unfortunately, it's just a waste of time, right? Because people think setting like doing outreach is easier than it really is, right? So to get good setters, if you have that possibility, sometimes you can get for free, yes, but the quality of the setter is worse. Or you can literally pay a company that has setters, certified setters, and get them from them. To be honest, I would actually go for the one that you pay a bit of money, you invest in your business by getting good VAs, because VAs is something you can leverage both for your clients and for your own business. Personally, we implement VAs, certified VAs, for both ourselves and for our clients as a part of the offer, right? And moving to content, to post content and just be like visible for your viewers, for your audience. This can be very beneficial in the long run. If I think about it, like Surge, for example, Charlie Morgan, Iman Gassi, all these big guys, they post content, and now you see the new content and it looks amazing. It's so good, high converting as well. But if you go back to their first videos, it was not as good. And I was like, hands down, pretty much like what we're doing now. Our content is not the best. We're not professional at content yet, right? But we will get there. We're practicing. We're putting ourselves out there. And in the long run, this will be very beneficial for both us, your clients, and everyone like around your business to have content. People will eventually know your name, know your business name, and the client conversion rate will become a lot better. And something that not many people mention when it comes to getting clients is your network. Build a good network. This is also something that's very beneficial in the long run. Like for example, me and Marcy, we built connections like probably around a year ago. And now a few months ago, they become our clients, right? So to build connections is extremely important. We have also gotten our collaboration, which is now pretty much a dream situation for us, from a connection we did a long time ago, right? And we've had many scenarios like this where we connect with people, we just talk with them, we discuss business with them, and eventually they are part of our team basically, or not part of our team, but like in a way that we have a win-win situation. We help them with something and they help us with something. And this will just boost your business, your network. You connect with this guy, he connects you with someone else, right? And this also covers referrals. If you have a good network, you help someone, and that guy have a big network, he'll refer you to his network, right? So your net worth is your network, basically, right? And at the end now, I'm just gonna get this or show you this I got it from Instantly. It's basically just a framework or a structure of a cold outreach script, which is personalization plus your value prop plus your target niche, like need, sub-segment, location, etc., plus your target goal, plus your target value prop, plus relevant case study, plus cliffhanger value prop, and of course, at the end, a CTA, call to action. And if I were to be completely honest, I think if you were to implement all of this, it would be a too long script, right? So my 4 favorite tiers is personalization, target niche, relevant case study, and of course, a CTA, call to action. That was it. As I said in the beginning, it will be a simplified and brief overview, but hopefully you got some value out of it. I also put this script as you can leverage for yourself. You can change it to whatever your offer is, whatever your target is, and test it for yourself. And also, this one you can use for your copywriting, and hopefully it brings value. Thank you, and we will come up with more content very quickly. Been very busy lately, so the content's been a bit slow, but we'll get back. And feel free to send us a message on DM on Instagram or wherever we are active, and come with suggestions of what you want us to cover, and we will try to cover it for you. Bye.